Well, as the race to become the next Tory leader continued today, it's been revealed that the UK government has urged judges to dismiss the Scottish government's request for a ruling on whether it has the power to hold a second independence referendum. Our political correspondent Philip Sim has been covering it for us today. So, Phil, what's going on here?
So this is all part of Nicola Sturgeon's drive to have that referendum in October 2023. Now, we know that the UK government, whoever ends up leading it, isn't very keen on the idea. Indeed, Boris Johnson was one of his final acts before his big resignation statement the other week was that he wrote to Nicola Sturgeon and said that now is not the time for that vote. So the Scottish government has pushed this to the Supreme Court. The Lord Advocate, their top law officer, requested a case, and they told the judges that this is a matter of exceptional public importance that needs to be settled, and we have now seen today the UK government respond to that formally at the court, and their argument is very much that the judges shouldn't even be considering this at this stage. They say it's premature to have a ruling on this. And the idea there is that there's a standard process which these things usually follow to decide whether something's within Parliament's competence, and that's that you pass the bill through Holyrood and then it's challenged and then the judges can pick over it and decide if it's within MSP's sort of remit. Now, the Scottish Government says that actually the court can actually rule on general devolution issues. That's the legal response. There's also been a political response today too. They say that the UK government are basically running scared. They don't have the confidence to even put these arguments in court, never mind in the court of public opinion. So I think this whole thing kind of shows us how far apart the two governments are in this whole thing, that they're actually having an argument about whether or not we should have an argument.
So what does it all mean then going forward?
Well, I think this is not entirely unexpected, this development today. The UK government had a deadline to respond to the referral to the court, and I think we always kind of expected that they would try to have the case thrown out as well, because generally in these kind of cases you kind of throw the kitchen sink at it. You put in every argument you can kind of think of which might have a chance, and you see if any of them stick with the judges. And I think their overall strategy here is they're hoping to catch the Scottish government in a kind of catch-22, because we know the Lord Advocate said that she would not have sufficient confidence to put this bill forward to Parliament without a ruling from the judges about saying it's within their powers. But equally, if the judges say that you can't have the ruling until you've passed the bill, then they might say, well, you're a bit stuck there. But I don't know if that position could yet change, because the Lord Advocate has said she wants to settle this issue. As I say, it's exceptional public importance in her words. So there could be any number of developments on that front, but we are really down a lot of legal rabbit holes now, hypotheticals. So there are a lot of developments to come in court. A lot could still change. We're waiting for Lord Reid, who's the president of the court. He's actually a Scottish judge, a former Court of Session judge here. He'll announce the dates and so on in due course for how this will move forward, and then whether there are preliminary matters to decide. So that could well include whether or not this is premature, this application. So we could yet still have a court case about the court case before we get there.
OK, well, thank you for at least making today's developments clearer, Philip. Thank you.